I'm Jonathan Robinson, and this is Fret Buzz. Hello, it's Jonathan from Casino Guitars. Today is a special day. It is the first episode of our new series called Fret Buzz. So what Fret Buzz is going to be is we, much like we do with our guitars here in the shop, where we curate what we think are the best things from the brands we carry and send it out to you guys. We, since we're guitar and gear nerds, myself in particular, we spend a lot of time on YouTube watching the videos that are out, lessons, things about gear, all sorts of things. So every week, when you tune into the Fret Buzz, I'm going to be bringing you my top, at least 5, maybe more. We'll see how it goes, but at least the top 5 videos from YouTube of the week. Things that if you only have a few minutes and you don't have time to comb through the thousands of videos out there, here are 5 that I think are worth watching. They're my top 5. So without any further ado, let's jump into today's #1 video. It comes from a channel that I enjoy a lot anyways. It's Andy Wood, and he's been putting out a series called The Woodshed. And he did one this past week where he's actually doing an introduction to intervals. So if you feel like your playing is maybe stuck in pentatonic boxes, or maybe you just don't understand the Nashville number system, or you want to know what people are talking about when they say thirds and fourths and flat fives and all those things, listen to this video. Andy does a phenomenal job of explaining it. You understand it at the end. It's really clear. It's simple enough that I feel like a beginner gets it, but it's not so simple that if you've been playing a while and you have a little bit of knowledge that you just feel like your mind is numb because it's so boring. It's a really good video. His whole, all the backlog episodes are actually really good too. So check out Andy Wood and The Woodshed. That's #1 this week. Also, by the way, if you dig the intervals, Casino, I did actually a video explaining the Nashville number system. So maybe that's a good one to check out after you watch the Woodshed episode about introduction to intervals. And of course, we'll have the links to all these videos in our video and in the description. Video #2, this has been my favorite content of lockdown in general. It's Tom Bukovac. He's doing a series called Homeskoolin. If you don't know who Tom Bukovac is, I was aware of him because I spent so much time in Nashville, but Tom Bukovac is like Nashville super picker, ace session man. He's the first call guy. He's got to be up there in the top 5, like most recorded players ever. He's just a phenomenal player, and if you've listened to anything that's been recorded in Nashville over the last 20 years, I guarantee you've heard his playing, whether you realized it or not. So anyways, with this lack of being able to go into the studios, he's been putting out these videos. It's just him in his garage. He's drinking Rolling Rock. He's sometimes foul mouth, and he's hilarious. You feel like he's your buddy, but he's given these crazy nuggets of wisdom about just what it's like to be a session man and just being a great guitar player. Man, it kind of bleeds over into these great life lessons. But his last episode from this past week is pretty spectacular. One, he's playing a real 58 Les Paul burst that he borrowed from Groon's guitar. So that's pretty ridiculously cool. Second, he's teaching you about, and I think he uses a Skynyrd song to do this, how cool it sounds when you double the lead part in a song and you're doing unison parts. And I don't even think he's doing octaves. I think he has a loop with the solo and then he plays over it again and doubles it, and it sounds huge. So you're getting a little insight into maybe some tricks. If you're recording at home, you're using a DAW, you're starting to try to figure out how to make good sounds. Insights into that. Awesome guitar. He also teaches you at the end of this one a few like these organ style sort of licks, like double stop kind of things, which I think are really fun. So check out this episode is called The Eternal Flame. So it's Tom Bukovac. It's Homeskoolin is the name of the show. His channel is actually 501 Echo Chorus, I believe, or Chorus Echo. It's like named after the old Roland Space Echo thing. But we'll have the link again. #3, and this was a really fun one, JHS, they put out a video called What Are the Legends of Fuzz? So if you didn't know, if you're not following, JHS just released 4 new Fuzz pedals, and they're a nod to all of Josh, who runs JHS, all of his favorite sort of the legendary Fuzzes of the past. It's his favorite, so they're not really like a new thing, they're definite. He wants them to feel and act like these old, like a special, like a Fuzz face, like the first Fuzz faces Jimi Hendrix was using. That's one of the models. It's called the Smiley. There are 4 models. There are the Smiley, the Bender, the Supreme, the Crimson. That's all 4 from JHS. What's cool about the video is it's not a product demo really. What it is it's Josh going through and telling you what era these pedals come from, what pedal it's given a nod to. And I thought it was really enlightening because there are a billion fuzz pedals on the market. And sometimes it's hard to know. It's such a wide range when you say fuzz. Like it could be the crazy bit crushed, you know, barely sounds like a guitar anymore, or it could be something that gives you that Hendrixy sort of fuzz face tone, and then all the colors in between. He sort of goes through, when he's explaining the pedals, he explains sort of what all those chunks, or at least 4 big chunks of the fuzz, what they are. So not only do you see a cool product demo, you come away with some historical knowledge that maybe helps you decide, hey, if I'm gonna play fuzz, this is the flavor I like. And he's given you sound examples where he's playing lead and rhythm with each of the styles. So, you know, I immediately gravitated towards a couple of them, and a couple of them I was like, yeah, that's not as much my thing. So even me, I walked away thinking, I should aim my fuzz search into sort of this field of fuzz. So check out that one. That's a good one. Number 4, another channel that I really enjoy. It's called Ask Zach. Now, I was aware of Zach from the True Tone Lounge series, where he interviews all these session guys and cool Nashville players, and they even did like a Reggie Young series. Check those out, those are fun. But the video from this last week that's on Zach's sort of spin-off channel, it's just him. It's called Ask Zach, and he answers sort of viewer comments and emails and all those things. But he has one, it's called Your Hero's Gear Might Not Be Right for You. And I thought that was pretty profound, because a lot of us, you know, we love Eric Clapton, or we love Jimi Hendrix, or we love Jack White, or whoever it is. When we think we have to go out, or we should go out, and we buy exactly the pedals, the guitar, and the amps that those guys are playing. We get it, we plug it all in, we're super excited, and then we sound horrible. And I'm guilty of this. I went through a phase where I thought I would upgrade all my stuff, and I bought all these sort of like bucket list pieces of gear at one point, and I ended up, I think my tone was worse than when I had the stuff before I started that process. And I think the key here is that just because someone is your hero and an influence, it doesn't mean that you play like them. It doesn't even mean that you're always playing this, like, you know, if you're a sideman, you're gigging, you're maybe not even playing that style all the time. So Zach has some really interesting insights about why the gear that you need to choose is not necessarily gonna be the same gear that your heroes were playing. I thought it was really interesting. It's a cool video. Zach always has cool tones. He always has cool tellies, and always plays through a really cool vintage deluxe reverb. So all good things. Can't really go wrong there. Number 5. This one was a weird one for me. At first, I didn't know if I was gonna dig this video, because it leans away from sort of the musical stylings that I would normally be into. It's Paul David's, and I love Paul's channel. I think everybody's probably familiar with him if you watch guitar videos at all, because he has a huge channel and he's sort of everywhere. But he has a video this week that's how to turn looping into a song. So he's taken just a simple loop, 4 chords, like we all probably do sitting at home in our room, wherever we play, plays them, and he's soloing over it. And he's talking about how to take those ideas where you're just noodling and wasting time, and using like a DAW maybe, and maybe collaborating with some friends, and actually building real songs that people might be able to listen to and benefit from, that you can put out in the world. And it doesn't sound like 4 chords and somebody noodling over it with a guitar. So he goes through everything from some very basic ideas about the actual recording and the gear he's using, to how he thought about the process of making that loop not sound like a noodle, but sounding like music. And that's a huge thing I think we all get. I get stuck on that all the time. I play this thing and I think it's great, and I listen to it and it's just the soup of notes that who cares. So those are my top 5 for the week. And a bonus word of wisdom for you. Just because you can go live does not mean you should. I'm just kidding. Actually, my bonus is not that. I'm just playing. We've loved seeing all the live streams. We've loved seeing all the videos, from pro performers all the way down to people who are just hobbyists, and they're just putting it out there to bring a little joy and light into people's lives. But there's a hashtag called Make Music at Home. Rev Amps put it out there. They're doing it in conjunction with some of their artists. And if you look it up, you can find all these cool videos of people at home playing from every skill level, and it's actually, they're doing a giveaway with it too. You can win one of the Rev amps, which are pretty cool amps if you've never checked them out. That was a big thing at NAMM this past year that I enjoyed. So there's 5 videos. There's a bonus. Check out hashtag Make Music at Home. Check in next time every week. Around the same time, we'll be releasing these videos for the best of the week. Please click like and subscribe. If you are a fellow bearded guitarist, go to thebeardstruggle.com, use my discount code JRMusic15, get 15% off, and get some awesome beard products. Again, click the bell. Make sure you have it marked so that you get all of our videos for cool demos and more cool info like this. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the Fret Buzz.